What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. There's a new gist, guys. The housemates of Big Brother Naija Lockdown for the first time this season have won their wager task.
Housemates.
Yes, Big Brother.
This week, you have won your wager.
I am excited for them because, listen, if they didn't win that wager task, they were going to go hungry for another 1 week. And I'm here to just give you guys the lowdown of how it happened from the beginning of that till the end of that and Biggie's verdict. But before I go on with that gist, I'm going to give you a gist about Laycon. Okay, guys. So Laycon had a segment with or a diary session with Big Brother, and he was telling Big Brother that he's kind of pained anytime he sees Kidd&Erica. And I saw a video where Erica actually told him that, you know what, it doesn't go beyond mental attraction, because he was asking Erica that, hey, is this still that mental attraction that you have for me? And she was like, yes.
I feel like the power Kidd has over me is like when we are with each other physically, do you get? Because
I want to ask you a question. Is this still the same, the whole mental attraction for me?
of course,
Okay.
of course. Why?
Just wanted to know.
Let me see.
I promised you I'll have your back as long as we're both in this house. So I didn't really think about that when I was saying I was going to stop talking to you.
Laycon had this segment today with Big Brother, and he was telling Big Brother how pained he is and how he feels that every time he sees Kidd&Erica together, he feels disheartened, he feels pained, he feels disappointed. And bro, you know what? I can see the whole comments going out on social media about Laycon. Laycon is kind of beginning to lose focus, because I wish he knew what was happening on the outside. He probably wouldn't even have to be thinking about a relationship in-house. There's nothing wrong if Laycon and Erica, find love, but the truth is, Erica has stated clearly that she is physically attracted to Kidd. And trust me, the past few days for Kidd has probably just shown me that Kidd is a very intelligent and smart guy. Looking at the fact that he's been very involved in all the presentations, from the flutter waves to his group presentations, even tonight while they were acting. You will be amazed at his expression. I'm going to show you the expression of Kidd. And listen, there are a lot of videos I'm going to put into this clip. I'm not going to put a whole video so that, YouTube doesn't take it down. But I'm going to show you a little bit of video for you to see exactly how the whole performances went down. So if you're just joining me, my name is Olufemi Daniel, and this is my channel. So please, if you've been watching my videos and you have not clicked the subscribe button, please note that subscription on this channel is free. Subscription here is free. I don't charge for subscription. I know some other channels, I don't know, I think it's free on YouTube, I don't know, but hey, on this channel it is very free. And for those of you who have been telling me, I don't see your videos when you post, please put on the notification bell. When you put it on, that's when you know when I post a video. So right now, let's get down to the gist. So it was going to be a performance about a love story in the 80s and in the 90s, and Big Brother gave them costumes. Oh my god, I loved those costumes, the whole afro, boot cut and all of that. And people who really stood out for me tonight in their costumes were Erica. I think Neil really did his best. Of course, Kidd Wyatt did fantastically well with his costume, and he came out really, really looking good with that burgundy up and down, and his afro and his expressions were priceless. So the idea was for them to create a story that involved acting, that involved music, and of course involved a bit of oratory. And of course also came out, as usual in the last week's wager, he came out and gave us an introduction into what exactly was going to happen. He was talking about the girl who was from a well-to-do family, who fell in love with a guy who was from a less privileged family, if I put it that way. And as you know, back in those days, if you were going to marry someone, you probably can't take that decision yourself as a lady. They have to tell you who to marry. Your dad has already collected money from somebody and tells you, you know what, I'm going to give my daughter as wife to your son. So that was what was happening. That was the story that they had to, portray. And they started well with the whole harmonizing. Victoria did well with trying to put the songs together. I'll probably call her a music director, but she really tried. And of course, Tricky tried with the directing of the play itself. Because if you've watched the whole rehearsals. They've had overtime and overtime. Trickity has been the one directing all of those rehearsals. And of course, Praise, like last week, also tried with the dancing because they had a place where they had to dance. You and I will leave as one. And you know when you make me feel, oh my God. Praise has got a good voice. And of course, Erica.
What you want do for love. You tried everything, but you don't give up.
The outfits were fantastic. Biggie did a good job with their outfits. And of course, they started the play. You needed to see how Erica acted. She was fantastic. And of course, Dorothy did fantastically well. It was so great that even Big Brother, at the end of the performance, the overall performance for me was, was top notch, because this is just a normal kind of play that you would watch back in those days. The draw laddie was you go to the theater to see this kind of stage plays, right? And of course, Big Brother actually needed to commend Praise. He commended Praise, and of course, he commended Dorothy for their outstanding performances.
What do you know? That's why I am your mother. I should be able to make these decisions. It's either you marry Chief Ozo's son or you kill me in this house. You have to choose one.
So from the beginning of the play to the end of the play, they did fantastically well. Tochi also stood out for me because the way he was acting like this father who really loved his daughter, and of course, who was also the money man trying to make money off his daughter getting married to a rich guy who is Prince. Prince did really, 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 really well. Did I say Praise the other time? It was Prince. Prince was the one who did fantastically well in the acting. And overall, Big Brother was really impressed about what they did. So at the end of the acting and all the presentation, Big Brother commended them, well done for a good job. And they also asked Ozo, who's the head of house, to tell him what exactly they were trying to portray. It's not like Biggie didn't know. Biggie has seen all of the things they were trying to do. But of course, the way Biggie does is Biggie's house. It's Biggie's house. He can change the rules at any time. So, also had to stand up, told Big Brother what the story was about. And of course, Trickity also stood up to tell him that, hey, it was a fantastic show, even though he told Trickity that wasn't what he was asking him anyways. But of course, it was a fantastic show and everybody was happy. And then there was now the time for the verdict, almost the time for the verdict. Last week they had microphone infringement, and that was the reason why they did not win their wager task. This week, Biggie just came up and said, you know what, you guys have also been breaking house rules. In my mind, I'm like, oh my days, what's happening here? Oh my God, what's going to happen to this guy's wager task for tonight? And guess what? Biggie called Tolani Baj, he called Victoria, which is V, he called Tochi, he called Brighto, and of course he called one more person, Kaisha, and he said they were speaking in indigenous languages. So this is the rule in Big Brother's house. You do not speak in any language other than English or Pidgin. So for every time you decide to say or speak in your dialect, you have to interpret it immediately, because there are other housemates who probably do not even understand your language. So immediately at that point, with the whole music playing, in my mind I was like, oh my God, I hope these guys do not lose their task or their wager task tonight. And guess what, guys? Biggie forgave them, I think. He just asked both of them, and the 5 of them, to sit down, and then it was time for the verdict. This was how the video played out.
Housemates.
Yes, Big Brother.
This week, you have won your wager.
That was it from the presentation of their wager task, and guess what? They were so excited. When Biggie announced, even me, I was excited for them, because they've been eating carbohydrates all the while. If they're not eating spaghetti, they're eating Indomie and all of that. But guess what, guys? They were super excited. They have about 2,000 and something, 2,000 plus in their BBNaija wallet, I think. So that has been it. And of course, we're still waiting for Ozo and Nengi's date. I'm going to bring you a juicy gist about that. I am going to be glued to my screens, waiting to see how that plays out. So Ozo asked Nengi out on a date. I don't know how that's going to work. I want to see how romantic Ozo is in trying to bring Nengi on a date. And of course, I want to see Prince's reaction to that. So yes, guys, you can stay glued to my channel. Please click on the subscribe button. For those of you who have been commenting on all of my videos, I really appreciate you. I try as much as possible to respond to your comments, to reply your comments. And I really, really do appreciate you guys. Those of you who share my videos, thank you so much. We're on this ride together for a lifetime. So until next time I come your way, please click the subscribe button if you're watching for the first time, and please turn on your notification bell. Until next time, my name is Olufemi Daniel. Check me out on all social media platforms. I am at Defemi Daniel, THEFEMIDANIEL, Defemi Daniel. Until next time I come your way, peace out.